Hello, hello. I'm going to get busy with the news. Wait, let me rephrase that. Oh, goodness. Hello. I broke everything just a few moments ago, but I'm still going to be able to do the news. I'll do the show bot and all of that after the show. I'm just kind of flipping the script real quick. Today is November 3rd, 2022. Yeah, this is the ohmTown Daily News Show. I normally do this at 6 o'clock, but I'm going to be busy doing something. So, unfortunately, I'm doing it a little bit earlier. I know it's going to throw people off, and maybe some people will show up, but I got to do what I got to do. So, let's get into today's news. The very first article is in the Daily News Show. 100,000 plus signed letter demanding global moratorium on sale of invasive spyware. And I always chuckle at stuff like this because nobody's going to bother with this. I mean, there's a whole lot of people that have a moral or ethical compass or something there, right? They're understanding, they're compassionate, they're understanding, they're human beings, they're they're part of the people who are engaged in the social contract. But there are a whole lot of other people out there that just don't give a damn about what you have to say. The world can no longer turn a blind eye to this enormous global threat to our rights, says Agnes Calamard of Amnesty International, the letter's author. This article was posted at commondreams.org by Brett Wilkins. And 100,000 people on a planet of billions, and we can't even agree, hey, let's not create and sell invasive spyware. Well, unfortunately, kind of like human cloning and artificial intelligence weaponization and selling weapons and invading other countries and all of this stuff. No, it's all about money, y'all. And unfortunately, being the change we want to see in the world is only getting so far. Writing a letter isn't going to matter. You have to hinder the purse strings of these people because it's all spyware and other malware and other abusive pieces of software, etc. You know, if we were all equally focused on driving the humanity towards the future and not off the cliff, we would be on Mars right now. We wouldn't be sitting there saying, oh, look, we have a couple of billionaires on the planet. How special that they are giving us jobs. Let's move on to the next article. Nanoleaf announces first matter over thread light bulbs. This is a pretty cool thing because there's another article where Hue is expanding its feature set into Matter compatible features as well. This allows a more unified protocol to be put in place for smart homes and light bulbs and anything really. So it says Nanoleaf has announced the addition of 4 new Matter compatible smart bulbs and light strips to its essential smart lighting line. The Hue brand will do a software update at some point and probably completely disrupt the flow of information across my network. Oh, strike that. I'm sorry. What I meant to say, it will be a completely net positive thing that I will never have to worry about because it will seamlessly upgrade 70 light bulbs. The thread-enabled LED lights will launch in Q1 of 2023 and include a light strip in A19, GU10, and BR30 bulbs, making them the first to support Matter directly without a bridge. I don't know how that is because Hue says that they've already done it, and all it is a software update. It's not a genre of device. Pricing will range from $19 to $99, or $20 to $100. Just round up for crying out loud, Merawatt. Did I even say what the name of the show is? Whatever. The company made the announcement at the Matter launch. So this is over at The Verge, and it's by Jennifer Pattison Toohey. And it says new A19 BR30 and GU10 bulbs and a light strip could arrive as early as February, starting at $20, and there are still no plans to upgrade existing Nanoleaf products to Matter, which is a bummer. I like a lower price. Hue bulbs are outrageously expensive, but I guess you get what you pay for. Matter compatibility means that lights can be controlled and scheduled through any Matter compatible app or voice assistant via Matter's multi-admin capabilities. Apple, Google, Amazon, and Samsung SmartThings have all committed to providing Matter support in their apps and voice assistants. And for more advanced customization, such as dynamic lighting scenes, you'll need to use the Nanoleaf app. Same thing with the Hue. You'll have to use the Hue app. This next article is over in the Stock Marketeers channel. This is a new source for me to actually click on. It's biz2c.com. It links to this, and it splashes across the bottom that it's a one-stop business news source backed by Mark Cuban, and it's free to use. Thank you very much. But this is a news aggregator just like any other search aggregator in a way. I mean, it just has a ton of information, but this is information overload. So I did the hard work. While this headline is in ohmTown, it links to this big blob of text, biz2c.com. It's the TO, not the number 2. BIZTOC. Maybe it's biz table of contents, so talk. But biztalk.com, I don't know. Business to consumer is where I took it, because I work on both sides of the counter. Like a lot of people do, whatever that means. But anyway, so I don't even know what this is actually supposed to be called. One-stop business news. Maybe it is Biz Talk. Anyway, so I followed it over to Reuters. CVS Walmart Walgreens agree to pay $13.8 billion to settle a U.S. opioid claim, or claims, I should say. This is on November 2nd. CVS Health Corp, Walgreens Boots Alliance Inc., and Walmart Inc. agreed to pay about $13.8 billion to resolve thousands of U.S. state and local lawsuits accusing the pharmacy chains of mishandling opioid pain drugs, potentially bringing years of litigation close to the finish line. CVS said on Wednesday that it had agreed to pay about $5 billion over 10 years, and Walgreens $5.7 billion over 15 years, and Walmart agreed to pay $3.1 billion, mostly up front. Yeah, because they got the money, according to two people familiar with the matter. It's amazing. You know, but the profits, the amount of money that they have made over opioid abuse is phenomenal, that they're willing to just dump all this, even within 15 years. I'm going to move on. The next article is that it's in the Word and Tech, and Panasonic breaks ground on $4 billion EV battery plant in Kansas. Unfortunately, all the raw material are in conflict zones. Andrew J. Hawkins is the writer for this article over at The Verge. The factory is one of many that are springing up across America as automakers race to ramp up domestic battery production to comply with the new EV tax credit rules. Yeah, well, EV battery raw materials are all over the planet, but seemingly always in conflict sites. And so these billion-dollar, trillion-dollar companies and billionaires are obviously rubbing shoulders with these, well, let's just say people. Let's just say people. Panasonic is also working with Tesla on the next generation 4680 cells. During the most recent earnings call, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said that 4680 production has tripled as compared to Q3 2021, with the hope that the company will be able to start installing them in its cars very soon. Cylindrical ion batteries, which power the company's Model 3 and Model Y vehicles. Yeah, I think that it's still something that needs to be solved. A quick swap battery system. But there will be some a-hole out there that figures out how to cut the safety mechanism and yank the batteries out and ruin progression for everybody. The next article is over in Smack Talk. Netflix $6.99 basic with ads tier rolls out today. Netflix is rolling out its ad-supported tier with offers which offers access to streaming service at the $7 monthly cost as the advertising-free Apple TV Plus. Let's go straight over to the article. Malcolm Owen at appleinsider.com is who wrote this article. And it says, following months of rumors and confirmed earlier in October, the basic with ads plan is being made available for more regions. After initially going live in Canada and Mexico, the tier will become available in a larger number of countries at 9 a.m. Pacific time or noon Eastern. At that time, the tier will go live in the US, UK, Australia, Brazil, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, South Korea, and South Korea, reports Deadline. So Spain will gain the ad-based tier on November 10th. It's interesting that they do this tiering thing. Kind of fascinating. The next article is in the Hatch Ideas channel. Bank of England hikes interest rates to 3% in biggest rise since 1989. Philip Inman over at The Guardian wrote this article, and it says the UK in prolonged recession, bank says, and bank signals rates probably won't go much higher. Well, we've heard that before. The Bank of England has increased the cost of borrowing by 0.75 percentage points to 3%, that much like the United States. Despite predicting the higher interest rates would push the economy into a longest recession since 1930s, in a split vote, the Central Bank's Monetary Policy Committee, MPC, voted a 7-2 majority for the biggest rise in rates since 1989 to combat its inflation rate that hit 10.1% in September. I think that's closer to where we are here in the States. I think we're closer to 11.5. But that's me. The bank blamed higher energy prices and a tight labor market for the decision to increase interest rates, matching the rise in the rates last week by us here in the States and the U.S. Federal Reserve and the European Central Bank. I think it's going to continue, folks. If this is a recovery period, they're going to take this. They're going to take where it was, and eventually jack it right back up. Yep. If not higher, it's going to hit it basically did what. So a dead cat bounces too, dun dun, and it stays down. But this was basically, it dropped in the mid 90s, and then just idled along and then just plummeted. Now they're clawing everything back. People with money people with money exploited the low interest rate. And now the rates are going to go up, which means that the return on the investment of the money that's already in the system is going to return in spades. Let's move on to the next article. And this is the one that I was talking about earlier, that Hue Bridge now is Matter certified. And it says the Philips Hue Bridge is now Matter certified. And although the parent company Signify hasn't announced anything yet, the Hue Bridge was published in the Connectivity Standards Alliance Matter certification database early Thursday morning, just as the Matter launch event kicked off in Amsterdam. The listing confirms that the Hue Bridge will support Matter with a software update. And once the firmware arrives, it will make all existing and new Hue lights and accessories automatically Matter enabled, except the Hue sync box and the dial of the tap dial switch, reads the database listing. And that's probably because the Hue sync box has an HDMI input and output and is driven by that. This is over at The Verge by Thomas Ricker. It says the free software update will be coming to all users by March of 2023. Developers can access the beta firmware starting today, so I could update mine and push that update across everything, maybe it'll remedy some problems, or because it's beta software, it'll create problems. Use of the Hue Bridge certification first leaked via the Connectivity Standards Alliance Matter certification database early Thursday. I had heard that something was happening with Hue. Right now, it seems like Hue bulbs are wildly expensive, just out there. I will never get used to this. Anyway, if you're interested in what Matter is, it's a new smart home interoperability standard. It's supposed to make life easier for everybody that has a multitude of smart home solutions. Like I would like to get some other LifeX bulbs or something else other than Hue, but it's not interoperable, but with Matter it is. I'm going to move on to the next article. Whitney Cummings joins OnlyFans, but for subscriber-only dirty jokes, not nude pics. OnlyFans has made billions as a haven for sex workers and models to monetize content. Can the subscription site for creators also become a place for ultra not safe for work, comedy? I ate right before doing the show, and a subscriber-only dirty jokes OnlyFans stream seems far-fetched. But there it is. Under a pact with the company, she's producing a new original show, the Unfiltered Original Roast. Good for you. You do that. Comedian Actors Unfiltered Original Roast Series to premiere in 2023 on site's free OF TV service. So the OnlyFans TV service. It says it's on its free OnlyFans. Okay. I guess it's going to be free. Wonder what the paycheck was. I'd be curious. For OnlyFans, which raked in an eye-popping $4.8 billion in gross revenue for its 2021 fiscal year, the deal to fund Cummings' Unfiltered Original Roast series brings her onto the platform as part of its efforts to broaden the community of creators. The UK-based company recently ordered a reality show from British reality TV stars Chloe, Demi, and Frankie Sims after their exit from The Only Way is Essex for OF TV. Also slated for 2023 premiere. I guess they're going to be coming out of the... Yeah, I'll just leave it alone. Cool. Let's see. I just got done watching the AMD reveal of RDNA 3 GPUs. The prices are taking a bite out of NVIDIA. They take a whole bunch of stabs at NVIDIA and others. Just a juggernaut of a flagship card is coming from AMD. And guess what? I'll be switching to AMD if I can get my hands on the damn card. It says it's November 3rd, which means RDNA 3 day. AMD is ready to unveil its next line of GPUs to the world in a live stream that promises the next generation of AMD graphics. 4K at over 450 frames per second and 8K at, I think it's at 127 frames per second. 8K. I wonder if I can get any of those cards without having to sacrifice an organ. At any rate, this article's over at The Verge by Tom Warren. How to watch AMD's next-gen RDNA 3 GPU event. There isn't much really to say here because this is an article from earlier today. They released they announced a bunch of different cards. They announced a bunch of different prices, upwards of $1,500. But I would just say give it a day. Everybody will start publishing everything that they had to offer. And then wait, because they're not going to be released until December 13th this year. But if you move fast, once they do go on sale, maybe you'll get one for Christmas. Not from me, though. I don't think I'll be able to get one. At any rate, that is it for ohmTown Daily News for November 3rd, 2022. I'm going to get out of here. I had a really, really long day. I've been awake since 3 a.m. after going to bed at 1 a.m. And while I normally would have been able to handle that, I also had meetings all day, all day long. So thanks again. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. Stay awesome. Bye-bye.